Well, that's going to be a little bit of a pain to get to. Yep, I better get started. Hello everyone, it's Lawnboy R8237. Today I'm going to be showing you how to take an old lawnmower, this one happens to be a Lawnboy, out of storage and some of the steps that I go through to get it running. So this is my Lawnboy model 7263. There's going to be an overview and demonstration video right up here. I put this mower away in storage about 2 years ago and it has not come out of this bag since then. So I'm going to remove it now. Okay, I'm going to now open up the bag. This is an exciting moment for me because this is the Lawnboy that got me started into the old vintage Lawnboys. This is what started it all. This is a D series engine, so we'll be able to do some D series stuff on the channel. Oh yeah. Wow. Man, the smell, it just smells like an old machine. Oh, it looks like we have a casualty. Height adjuster has cracked off, and for some reason it seems to be covered with two-stroke oil. There's like a puddle of two-stroke oil at the bottom of the bag. Probably just leaked out of the cylinder. I'm gonna wheel this mower out now. Well, here she is. The 1974 Lawnboy model 7263, just the way I put her away 2 years ago. This mower has been in my family since it was bought brand new in 74. I know I'm repeating a lot of the stuff in the overview and demonstration, but that's because I filmed this video before I did the overview and demonstration. As you can see, bone dry, just like the way I put it away. Looks like we have a few things that are not sure about. The primer bulb seems quite stiff. Ooh. It hasn't cracked. Oh, it's full of cracks, but oh yeah, there's the off and on switch. The classic D series pull handle. The governor setting light normal. In the fuel valve, which just like on almost every single one of these D engines, the little arm that's supposed to be here is broken off. So let me get a shot up under here. The screw has just been attached, and that serves as the fuel valve. I don't want to go moving it too much because these the O-rings in there really do require fuel to lubricate them so they don't wear out. The flap is still nice and pliable, which is quite amazing. Okay, the first thing that I always check whenever I take a mower out of storage that hasn't been started in a while is the air filter. This will apply for all mowers, especially mowers with the foam air filters. These often deteriorate and will turn into a dust. They'll still be in their form, but they'll turn into a dust, and the engine will suck it in, and it will squirt the piston and cylinder. This one's still nice and pliable. It looks like it's shrunk, though. It's a little bit loose, and it's oiled, too, still. It's a little bit dirty inside that air box. But otherwise, it's in good shape. It's not going to disintegrate the second I start up the mower. Now, if your mower has a paper air filter, just make sure that also is not like disintegrated if gas got in it or something. Now, the next thing I check after it's been sitting a while is, does it still pull over? Has the engine locked up with rust or anything? So I'm just going to slowly pull it over. No issues there at all. Now I have oil in the cylinder that will need to be expelled. That will bring us to our next point. I'm going to remove the spark plug and pull it very rapidly to expel any oil. Just one thing I did notice, it looks like my exhaust has got a leak because all the two-stroke oil kind of leaked out around the exhaust. That will end up just burning off, but I'm just going to pull out the spark plug next. I meant to say I'll just put the spark plug back in the boot, and then to check for spark without a spark checker, hold it against a metal part of the engine. You can even put like a ratchet in here to kind of bridge the gap sometimes. And you want to be careful not to really be touching the end of the spark plug wire, because I have gotten quite a few shocks before. That's pretty good there. I'm just going to make sure the switch is in the on position and give her a yank. What a nice spark. All right, we can put the plug back in and get some gas in her. Next of all, putting gas in the mower. If you have a fuel valve, make sure it's in the off position. And if this is a mower you've never even started before, make sure it's a 4-cycle or a 2-cycle. I know this one's a 2-cycle because it clearly tells me the fuel mixture, and there's no dipstick for a 4-cycle oil. And likewise, make sure if you have a 4-cycle, make sure there's oil in the sump. Don't go starting it up and blow your engine. So I have a nice 2-stroke mix here. I'm just going to fill up the tank. Now I've got some fuel in the tank. I'll just put my cap back on. Now I'm going to open my fuel valve. You can see here I have a fuel filter in line. No fuel out, actually. Couldn't tell if that was fuel or not seeping in there. I don't know what that is inside there, but there's a magnet. Oh, okay, so my fuel valve apparently is leaking because I can see the filter filling up. Now I'll turn it on fully. That will fill up. You want to check for any leaks in your fuel line. And then the carburetor, I'm going to make sure I'm getting fuel in my carburetor. My carburetor has this little button I can depress. Yep. Fuel's getting into the carburetor. Next, you want to take a peek in your air filter and make sure gas isn't coming out of your central tube, your Venturi tube. We're looking good. Now the last thing you have to do is start it up and make sure she works. All right. I'll give it 5 primes. That's what we usually did, right?
Yep.